Ladies and gentlemen, Kyle Caraway for the Mid-Mo Trader here in Jefferson City, Missouri. I'm hanging out with my good friends here at Cardwell Hardwoods. My good friend Mike Tronzano right here. How you doing, Mike?
I'm doing great, Kyle.
Okay, this is your grand opening, right?
We're having our grand opening all this week. Today was the grand finale. We're going to be giving away one of these SawStop job site table saws.
So before we get to that, just tell everybody what Cardwell Hardwoods does.
Cardwell Hardwoods is a great source for all your hardwood lumber, hardwood sheet goods, and we have expanded our retail operations to include all the peripherals, power tools, glues, drawer slides, hinges, everything that a woodworker would ever need.
So if you own a cabinet shop or you're a contractor or you're just a do-it-yourselfer, this is the place to come to get all that stuff, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. We have a great selection of a variety of do-it-yourself tools and projects.
Very cool. So as I talked to Mike, he was telling me about one of the products. They're the only dealer in the area for the SawStop. And we're going to show you all about that here in just a second. But as he's telling me what the SawStop does, it's a safety mechanism that keeps you from lopping a finger off as you're operating your table saw. Lord knows I've lost a little flesh over the years as I've operated power tools, so I said, I got to know more. So this is our Show Me segment for the month. Mike's been kind enough to show me the mechanism underneath the saw, show me how it works. But we're really blessed today because we have Mr. Rick here from Houston, Texas, who works with SawStop.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And what do you do for SawStop?
I'm a regional sales manager for SawStop.
And so I offered to put my own hand on the table, and they said, no, we're going to use a hot dog. Thank you very much. And so, quick question for you. So you said that this safety mechanism engages in 5 milliseconds.
Correct. Yeah.
And that's less. I mean, we can't even get our hand out of the way in that
time. It's roughly
time, right?
10 times faster than a car's airbag deploys. So it's actually faster than you can react to danger.
So I've been in a car when the airbag goes off. That's pretty fast. This is faster than that. That's pretty impressive. I was here a few minutes ago when they did another demo. I got to tell you, this is pretty cool stuff. So since we're not going to use my hand, we're going to use a hot dog. Explain to me why this works.
Well, the way it works is basically we have a brake cartridge that's installed underneath the blade itself, and when the blade's in motion, we introduce about 3 volts of electricity into the blade. That cartridge has a microprocessor in it that monitors that voltage level. So as long as nothing touches that blade to alter that voltage level, nothing happens. So wood is not conductive. You can cut wood all day. But the moment your finger comes in contact with that blade, it draws just enough voltage off that blade to set it off.
And did I see right earlier you turned the saw on with your finger already touching the blade and the blade doesn't turn at that point?
Yeah, the system is always looking at what's going on with that blade, and if you actually are touching the blade, it will not turn on.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think the only thing left to do is to see how this thing works. I'm actually going to go grab the camera. I'm going to move it a little bit closer.
Okay.
And so that everybody can get a closer look. Before we get too much farther into it, you can find out more about the SawStop by coming down to Cardwell Hardwoods. They're in Apache Flats out on Highway 50 West in Jefferson City, or your website, which is
CardwellHardwoods.com.
Or you can go to the Mid-Mo Trader Facebook page and watch this video as many times as you want and dream that it's your finger that you're saving as this mechanism kicks in, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm going to grab the camera, I'm going to bring it in, and we're going to watch Mr. Rick operate the SawStop.
Sure.
All right, young man, so tell us what you're getting ready to do.
All right. So every SawStop saw comes with a braking mechanism, and when you turn a SawStop saw on, the first thing it's going to do is it's going to go through a diagnostic check. And what these lights are telling you is that it's checking to make sure that everything is safe on the saw. If, for instance, you don't have a cartridge installed, it will not start. If you don't have a blade installed, it will not start. If anything is unsafe on the saw, it will not start. But it'll give you a series of flashing lights letting you know what the situation is, and there's a legend on the side of the saw that tells you what the situation is. But now that we have a green light, we're good to go. I'm going to go ahead and raise the blade up so we can see.
I'm going to move the camera to the side so you can watch. Now,
So,
is this a cheap cash saver hot dog, or is this like a
the cheapest hot dogs I can find, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. So at SawStop, we're all about quality when it comes to safety. But we
Right.
got to save a buck on the hot dog.
Exactly.
We do a lot of demos.
We do a lot of demos, yes.
Just want to clarify that.
Yes,
for
you are
the viewers.
correct. All right, so once we get the green light, we can just pull the paddle. That starts the saw. Okay? Now, even though I turned the saw off, if I was to touch that blade right now, it would engage the mechanism and stop it because it's still moving and it's dangerous. But once it stops, I can touch it, and you notice that it does show that I'm touching the blade. There's a little red flashing light down there. And if I happen to be touching the blade, it won't turn on. Okay, so it's always looking at what's going on with that. But what I'm going to do is I am going to use a hot dog as a stand-in for my finger because you do have to make contact with the blade, and I don't really want to do that all day. So I'm going to be pushing this through very quickly and just acting like that is my finger, and I'm not really paying attention to it.
And can I ask, before you turn that
Sure.
blade on, if you were to not touch that hot dog and just run it to that blade on that piece of wood, it would cut that hot dog?
Right, correct. The hot dog itself does not have enough mass to activate the system, so you can cut through nails and staples and things of that nature, it won't activate the system. I actually have to be touching and it transfers the capacitance of my body through the hot dog to the blade, okay? So it is a true stand-in for my finger, all right? So are we ready?
I think so.
Okay, keep your eye on the blade. So that's typically what you get as an injury with a saw stop.
That's Band-Aid and a little Neosporin right there. That's
Right.
not a trip to the hospital or a prosthetic finger, ladies and gentlemen.
Correct.
That's pretty amazing stuff.
Yes, it is. So now we just replace the cartridge, $69, less than 5 minutes, and you're back up and running.
And so what does the saw stop saw cost?
We have a variety of saws. We have the job site saw that's $12.99. We have a contractor that's about $1,500. We have cabinet saws that range anywhere from $2,500 all the way up to $5,000. Just depends on what size and what power requirements you need.
All right, and so they can come down and they can see Mike and all the folks here
Absolutely.
at Cardwell.
They have them
and
all
get
on
hooked up.
display. They have them all on display. They have them in stock, ready to go.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you operate power tools, you got a table saw, you don't want to lose any more fingers, maybe you've lost 3 already, you don't want to risk losing the last 2, come down here to Cardwell Hardwoods, check out the saw stop. You guys just saw it in action. Barely a neck on that hot dog. I may eat it later. I'm still hungry. Haven't had lunch. But we appreciate you being here on the Mid-Mo Trader Facebook page for our Show Me segment. We thanks to our good friends, Cardwell Hardwoods. Congratulations on their grand opening of their retail store here in Jefferson City. We invite you to come down and see them and come buy a saw stop. This is pretty amazing stuff. See you later.